The second question, or the other question that we're gonna talk about or discuss today, the choices. Before we start, just the words. Each and every unit have an important words, a key words for the unit. Study them very hard for each unit, from unit 1 to unit 6. The vocabulary for this year is very important. It's not to be missed or neglected. You must keep the words, memorize them very well, and revise them regularly. That will help you to guess the meaning, as we are gonna see together today. Then the grammar. We're gonna have some grammar, but basically you must focus on the words in each unit and the main subject of each unit. That will help you to answer the choice. So let's start. Our choices for today is the first one. They are a word, they are brothers and have the same age. It's not grammar, it's about the words from unit 1. It's like guessing or like a puzzle, a riddle. Guess the meaning, the opposite. It's all about that. Here بيقولي they are something. ايه something ده اللي الديفينيشن بتاعه التعريف هيكون brothers and have the same age. Who are brothers and born in the same day and have the same age? It's obviously the words we learned at unit 1, twins. Twins mean two brothers born at the same time have the same age. Twins. That's vocabulary from unit 1. Number 2, reading and chess are my favorite. Hopes, foods, meals, hobbies. We talked about hobbies also in unit 1. What are your favorite hobbies? Hobbies are the things I do in my free time. So the answer will be hobbies. Number 3, football on Fridays. I go, play, do, make. We said before that any sport that include a ball, we use the verb play. Play. I play football on Fridays. Like play basketball, play volleyball, and so on. Arabic and English are. Here you want to know the types of the two words he just mentioned. Arabic and English are languages, meals, subjects, language and subjects. Here he want to confuse us a little bit. So he gave us two answers for the same questions, then he adds them together. What are they? Arabic and English. They can be languages, لغة, and they can be subjects. I study them at school. Here I shouldn't be confused. Just go for the obvious one. That gather the two meanings that you want. And this would be D. Languages and subjects. This one is marked wrong, so we're gonna just miss it. The right answer is languages and subjects. Number 5, Friday is a for me. I do the same thing. Friday is a not for me. I do the same thing. When something is usual, you do it regularly. It's not surprising. There's nothing new about it. We say it's typical. Typical معناها تقليدي أو عادي اعتيادي. So the right answer is typical. I always have my before going to school. What do we have in the morning? What do we have in the morning? Read answers. Read translates and answer. The 3 keywords to answer your exam correctly. This year, you want to read first, try to guess and translate the meaning, then choose the correct answer or guess it. These are your keys to answer your exam correctly this year. So, I always have my before going to school. In the morning, I have breakfast. Moving to the next page. Rich people should. We talked about should and shouldn't. Shouldn't are ways to give an advice. We all know that shouldn't. We use them to give someone advice, and they must be followed by an infinitive verb. A verb without any additions. And here we want to say, rich people should. We all are infinitive verb. So he want to ask us about the meaning. He want to get us confused. What meaning does he want? Rich people should money to the poor. Money to the poor. Rich means غني, someone with a lot of money. And poor means فقير, someone have no money. So rich people should give, take, sell, cut. Of course, give money to the poor. 8, he's friendly and always talks to his... Oh, what's the meaning of friendly? Friendly is a person who's nice to others. Nice, he talks to people nicely, he treats others nicely. So he's friendly and always talks to his... Who do we talk to? Do we talk to bands, vans, or fans? Of course, our answer is going to be fans. Fans mean the majority of people who cheer for someone they love. Number 9, he enjoyed. We learned during the year that enjoy is a verb that must be followed by a gerund, a verb plus ing. Here, he enjoyed. The answer will be playing. He enjoyed playing video games yesterday. Yesterday is the past. How can we add ing? Because it's the verb that we put on the second conjugation for yesterday was enjoyed. But if I want to add another verb after enjoyed, I use a gerund, a verb plus ing. It doesn't affect the meaning. Then we have our 10th question. The ancient Egyptian used what to find their way in the desert? The ancient Egyptians, مصريين القدماء, they can never use the MP3 or tablets or mobiles. Those things weren't found in the past. So astronomy. Here I guessed the answer. I didn't translate. But if you know the word astronomy علم التنجيم, reading the stars. 11 is the study of stars and the planets. What we said before about astronomy. Astronomy is the science of studying stars and the planets. So the answer is going to be astronomy. How old do you the time? How do you the time? The word of when I ask you what time is it and you want to tell me. فكلمة time always come with the verb tell. معنى يخبر, tell. So how do you tell? Moving to the second page now for our next question. Number 13. We stayed in a hotel, space the beach. The beach, you know, is a place we all go in the summer. If you are sitting on the beach to play and swim, you use the preposition on. But here I can't find on. That's why, because I am looking for a meaning that I want to express. What is it? I want to say we stayed in a hotel that views the sea, views the beach. I can see the beach when I look at the window. So I can't use on the beach. It's not on the beach directly. It's by the beach. That by the beach means that have a view for the beach. So I use the preposition by. We stayed in a hotel by the beach. I can see a wonderful from my window. So when you look at the window, what do we see? What we see in front of us is called a view. A view. Number 15. How did they to the castle? How did they, I want to say وصلوا. How did they get to the castle? I know that arrive, I use the prepositions in and at. So the one that gives the same meaning as arrive with the preposition to, I say get to. يصل إلى. Number 16, they grew wheat. Wheat. What's the meaning of wheat? Back to the vocabulary as we said. نرجع vocabulary in the units. You must learn the words and memorize it well. Wheat mean قمح. They grew wheat to make, what we do we make out of wheat? We make bread. So the answer is bread. Scientists found some bread in the of Menhotep II. Something was found in the tomb. They found in the tomb some bread. Number 18. Buggets and buggles are forms of. Forms of means أشكال أو أنواع. Are forms of البوجيتس and buggles as we learned in our through the year are types of bread. Number 19, back to the grammar. Basant is watching the film. Is watching is a present continuous. Exactly. And one of the keywords of the present continuous is now. So the answer is now. Basant is watching the film. Is watching give me the meaning that the verb is happening right now. حالا. Number 20, she cooking. Yes, she is. Just read the sentence till the end. You're gonna find the answer in some cases, like here. Yes, she is. That is the helping verb I used. The helping verb I used was is. Is she cooking? Yes, she is. Is she cooking? Yes, she is. Number 21, they swam last week. Last week means الأسبوع اللي فات. It's a keyword for the past simple. So I need the second conjugation of the verb. Here we have visited, will visit, visit, visits. The second conjugation is visited. So my answer is visited. They visited Aswan last week. Number 22, she do her homework yesterday. Also, yesterday means the sentence is in the past simple. So I also want to look for the second conjugation. What is the second conjugation here? I want to put it in negative. So she doesn't, isn't, wasn't, didn't. When I put a sentence in negative in the past simple, I use didn't. Number 23, they didn't the films last week. They didn't the films last week. This is a negative statement in the past simple. I knew from last week, and we used didn't to put the sentence in negative. So after didn't, we all know that it must be followed by exactly infinitive verb. So the answer should be watch. If didn't doesn't exist, we use the second conjugation watched. But here the sentence in negative with didn't, we use the verb infinitive. Didn't watch, didn't eat, didn't run, didn't see, and so on. What did he yesterday? The same. As long as we find it as a helping verb or we use it in negative, the sentence must be, as a verb that followed did or didn't must be infinitive. Whether it's a negative statement or it's a question. So did here, the answer is gonna be do. What did he? I want the infinitive verb do. Number 25, I wanna use a helping verb to ask. He ready for the exam last week. Basically, it's past simple also. With last week, I knew. So we usually use did plus infinitive verb. But in this case, ready is an expression, a whole expression that we must use verb to be before it. Like I am ready for, he's ready for, we are ready for. And in the past we use the past form of am and is and are, but was and were, exactly. So when I try to choose something here, I'm gonna look for was or were. With he, I'm gonna use was. We're gonna use was. Was he ready for the exam last week? We used was because it's a whole expression that used the verb to be before it. We can't use did. Number 26, you. We talked before about how to give someone an advice. You study hard to get high marks. Here he's playing on the meaning. He's trying to find out if you translated the sentence or not. It's basically on translating the sentence and guessing. Is it a positive thing or a negative thing? Here, study hard. Studying hard is always a positive thing. So we use should. It's a good advice to give someone. So we say you should study hard to get high marks. You should. So the answer is should. Another sentence, number 27, we eat bad food. Eat bad food means bad means سيء. فbad food is not good thing to do. مش حاجة كويسة عشان نعملها. So we are giving an advice not to. So we use shouldn't. Shouldn't. لا يجب. You shouldn't eat bad food. Number 28, are there. Back to the countable and uncountable nouns with some and any. Here we have a question. Basically, the question mark here make us focus on one thing, any. I have a question, are there? I ask you a question, so the answer I go to is any. Are there any peppers? Number 29, we are asking a question. Here is about the singular and the plural noun. Space, there any hummus. Hummus, we all know hummus. Hummus is an uncountable noun. اسم لا يعد. It treated as singular. بيعامل معاملة المفرد. So what we need is is there. We can't say does there. It doesn't work. We need a verb. So is there any hummus? Number 30, is the right answer. Number 30, there are tomatoes. This is a statement, affirmative statement. We use what with affirmative statements? We use some. There are some tomatoes. Number 31, again we are asking a question using is there or are there. Here we have cheese, the same as hummus, uncountable noun treated as singular. So we use is. Is there any cheese? Now for the final question, correct. He gave us a sentence with a word underlined and he asked us to correct it. Basically on the grammar. It's basically all the correction would be on the grammar. So study the grammar very well. You are given 4 sentences to correct with 4 marks. So let's start and try to answer some of these together. Our first sentence, read and correct the underlined word. He underlined some words and he asked us to correct them. The first one, this book belongs to me. Belong to mean يخصني. Belongs to me, it's, I need a possessive pronoun. The possessive pronoun that says something I own, this something I own it, is mine. My needs a noun. Needs to be followed by a noun. But mine is a possessive pronoun that can end the sentence and express the same meaning. Just something belongs to me, I, ليا أنا. Number 2, who car is this? There is a noun here. So I'm asking about lost and found. I'm asking about lost and found. Something I lost and something I found, and I'm asking, who does it belong to? So when we use something, we use a question word that's called whose. Not who, whose. Number 3, they are the girls and these are them books. Them is an object pronoun. Object pronouns are used to express the same meaning as the subject pronouns but after the verbs. But here I need a possessive adjective. صفة ملكية that refers to the girls, they. So I use they are the girls and these are their books. He don't go swimming on Fridays. He is a singular pronoun. So I can't use don't. To put it in negative, I use exactly doesn't. He doesn't reads French. This one is a little bit tricky. Here he want to confuse you. Doesn't reads. I can use doesn't with he, but I can't add s with the verb. So there must be something wrong. It's not going to be don't, of course, because he is a singular. I can't use he, don't. So doesn't is right, and at the same time it's not. It's correct with he, but it's not correct with s. What gives me the same meaning of negative and still keeps the s for the verb with the singular? Go back to the adverbs of frequency. We have two adverbs of frequency, never and hardly ever. Never and hardly ever are used to give a negative meaning to the sentence, معنى النفي, and at the same time they don't affect the conjugation of the verb. ما بيأثروش على تصريف الفعل نهائي. So the correct answer that gives the same meaning as doesn't and keeps the s is never. Never. Does he gets up early? Does he gets up early? Does here is a question. I'm making a question, and we said as long as we have do or does or that, the verb must be infinitive. So does he gets up? No. Get up. Get up. He is a singular, but we have does. We can't put does and add an s to the verb in the same sentence or question. Number 7, Mona never is late. We said before that adverbs of frequency can never be added before verb to be. They must be after it. So the correct answer is gonna be is never. Is never. He said never is incorrect. We use is never. Verb to be comes first, then the adverbs of frequency. Number 8, she studies always. We said that adverbs of frequency can never be added before verb to be, but they can be added before any other verb. يجوا قبل أي فعل تاني. Not verb to be, ما عدا verb to be. So the correct answer here, we're gonna cross them. She always studies. We're gonna keep the S because she is a singular. Number 9, he always comes late. He always comes late. He is always on time. How could someone come late and always on time? On time. ازاي حد يجي متأخر في نفس الوقت على مواعيده ثابتة؟ يبقى the correct answer I wanna put it in negative. طب in negative with keeping the S. We did it here before. We used never or hardly ever. So the answer would be never. It can give me the same meaning of negative. تدي نفس معنى النفي but without affecting the verb. من غير ما أثر على الفعل أو تصريفه. Number 10, the new mobile is her. Her is a possessive adjective, صفة ملكية. It can be added at the end of the sentence without being followed by a noun. من غير ما أحط بعديها اسم الشيء المملوك. So the noun came at the beginning, so I need a possessive pronoun, ضمير مفعول. And the possessive pronoun of her is hers. Hers. For our next question, we always go to the beach in the winter. It's cold. It's cold. يبقى always go to the beach when it's cold. I wanna put it in negative without affecting the verb. The one that do that is never. Never. يبقى we never go to the beach in winter. It's cold. Number 12, this is the car's key. Miss Asmaa, car is a singular noun. Why is it wrong to add apostrophe S? possessive apostrophe S. We added to singular noun. احنا بنحط apostrophe S الأسامي الإيه؟ أسامي المفردة. Okay, but here we have two nouns اسمين غير عاقل. Okay, وغير العاقل بشكل مباشر كده لا يملك الشيء يملكه بمعنى إن هو بيشتريه. So when we try to say مثلا the doorbell جرس الباب, I don't say the door is bell. Car key without an apostrophe S or apostrophe. We say car key, not the car's key. So the mistake here, when I have two nouns يكونوا غير عاقل, we remove the apostrophe S. We use the two nouns after each other without adding any possessive adjectives or possessive apostrophe S or apostrophe. Number 13, we can buy meat at the butcher. Butcher means the person who sells meat. الشخص اللي بيبيع الميت. You all know what does meat mean. لحمة. We buy meat at the butcher. Here I can't say I buy meat at the butcher. ممكن نقول from the butcher, من البutcher. لكن هنا بيقول لي في أو عند at. Here I want to express the place. How can I express the place with butcher? We add an apostrophe S to the jobs to refer to the place where they work. بنحط apostrophe S للوظيفة عشان نشير للمكان اللي بتشتغل فيه in some jobs like butchers, bakers, grocers, and so on. Number 14, the school start at 8 o'clock. School singular, it's a specific appointment or timing, so we use the present simple. يبقى the school exactly starts. تبدأ. This is the children's room. Children here is plural. Plural جمع. I can't add an S to it. So when I put a possessive, I put a possessive apostrophe. Apostrophe, just an apostrophe and apostrophe S because it's an irregular plural. Irregular plural means جمع غير منتظم ما بينتهيش لما بنجمعه بإس, فأنا مش محتاجة أحط إس وبعدين apostrophe, بحط apostrophe S. زي كده. فهنقول this is the children's room، تبقى the children's then apostrophe s then the name or noun they possess or own. Number 16, we always go to school on holidays. We always go to school on holidays. I think it's repeated. I want to put the sentence in negative without using don't or doesn't. Here you might add an adverb of frequency and you can use don't. We never go to school on holidays, or we don't go to school on holidays. Here I use never. It gives the same meaning because the verb is infinitive. Number 17, this is Dina's website. Dina is a singular, she's a person, a singular name, so we don't use s then the apostrophe, it's the other way around, apostrophe s. This is Dina's website. This charger is mine, give it to. Here I want an object pronoun, ضمير مفعول, to give the same meaning of أنا. The object pronoun that comes after the verb is not, we can't use I, we use me. Number 19, it's a boys school. أنا هنا I want to express that a boys school مدرسة أولاد. This is a plural noun, اسم جمع. So to add a possessive, you add just an apostrophe. It already ends with s. So all I do is add an apostrophe. So we say it's a boys school, but with an apostrophe to express possessive, للملكية. Number 20, and our last question for today, she broke the computer's screen. The same idea as the car key. We can't use the apostrophe s with two nouns غير عاقل. We must remove them and they will give us the same meaning. So it's gonna be computer. After this question, do we have the paragraph? Our paragraph, you are asked to write about 80 words. They are about 16 sentences. You must arrange your thoughts, put some sentences together, make a model in your head, step by step, start writing your sentences. You must pay attention to the punctuation marks, like leaving a space at the beginning, start every sentence with a capital letter, end it with a full stop or a comma, and write them in sequence. All of that, the shape of the paragraph at the end will help you get your full mark. And I think that's very enough for our revision for today. I hope it was useful for you guys. Please study hard, and hopefully I will see you all very soon. Thanks.